Fortress Secured has brought into the law enforcement industry the first precast modular live fire gun range. We can bring it and place it anywhere within your jurisdiction that you want the range. With that, we're going to bring a state-of-the-art targeting system to you, right from the trap all the way up to the targeting system. If you want a rail system, a hydraulic system, or a wireless system. And then the HVAC system, you can get 100% fresh air or 75% recycled air. And then the financing package that we're going to bring to you to look at, whether it is a lease to own, 25, 20, 15 year with a 7-year buyout, that's up to you. We're going to bring you 3 different packages for you to review and take the best package that fits your needs. That's what Fortress Secured brings to the market.
Now that we're inside the range, let's take a look at the components that make up the interior of the range. As you can see here on the back wall, we have the air diffuser. This diffuser distributes the air proportionally across the width of the range. The air is sent downrange at approximately 75 feet per minute. As the air moves down the range, it pushes the contaminants away from the shooter and through the exhaust. Also on the back wall here, you can see the control panel. This particular system has a simple on-off button located here on the control panel along with the pressure gauge. Once the system is running, the gauge will read a negative pressure. If the pressure is not correct, then you'll get a warning light here on the control panel. As we work our way down the range, you can see that we stopped the acoustical Dura panel and installed the solid Dura panel. We decided to incorporate a tactical wall for training as well. Behind this solid Dura panel wall is a 3/8 inch AR-500 steel. This allows you to shoot downrange and then turn 90 degrees and shoot directly into the wall. Moving on to the bullet trap, we install the Range Systems Encapsulator Grand Trap. This granular rubber trap safely stops and captures rounds intact with virtually no lead, dust, or bullet fragmentation. The Encapsulator Grand Trap is designed for high volume use and defeats conventional pistol and rifle rounds to 7.62 millimeter and 5.56 millimeter. Lastly, we'll discuss the targeting system. As you can see in our prototype, we have decided to use TI training. TI training was developed for judgmental and de-escalation training in the law enforcement community. The TI software allows you to train with laser or live fire weapons. Attached to the ceiling is a projector, low light camera, and hit detection camera. In front of the bullet trap, we have our projection screen. The screen is made of natural gum rubber. When the projectile penetrates the screen, the hit detection camera detects the laser to determine if the shot was a hit or miss.
Technology has evolved to the point where law enforcement agencies are able to bring that simulation training into a live fire range. What you're seeing here is we have an officer who's in a SWAT stack in an active shooter situation. As a training officer, I'm able to sit with them, stand right next to them and say, okay, what is your trigger pull? What's your stance? How are you holding the gun? And when it comes time, are you making the right decisions verbally as well as mentally? As they go through every step of the way, I'm able to do this over and over again for that repetitive training. And then once they get it down and they're doing everything that is proper and policy-wise and situationally and tactically wise, we're able to bring in the live fire and actually let that officer go through the same scenario and do that live fire training. At the end of it, we're able to go back and with the video and the simulation training and actually go through it with the officer and say, hey, you had tunnel vision at that time. Hey, you got to look around your surroundings, or all the positives and the constructive comments that we're able to say. What we're going to do now is we're going to watch how this officer responds. Did that officer respond properly? Now we're able to go back and see what they did in a positive manner and what they can improve on. What the simulator helps you do is go from simulation training to live fire. What we've done here with this officer is we've worked on his sighting, we've worked on his trigger pull, we've worked on his stance, and now we're going to see the officer go through a course of fire. 3 shots in 2 seconds. Ready, go! Now the officer's done this and he shows proficiency. What we're going to do now is go to live fire and help them transfer that over.
Going hot.
Now we'll see the officer take 3 shots in 2 seconds. Ready, go! Now we're able to go back and see the officer's stance through the aid of the simulator, see their shots, where they hit, and how they can be more accurate.
Clear.
So we've gone through the simulation training. We've trained our officers with the laser, with the air gun, all those other items that we need to make sure that their de-escalation techniques are correct, their situational awareness is correct. This is the same scenario, active shooter, but we've moved over to the live fire range. We've brought in our safety officer. Everything's good. The range is hot. Let's see how the officer reacts now. So what we saw there was our officer went through the same scenario that we did through simulation training, put him through the same scenario. Repetitive training has allowed him to go back in and make the right, correct decision. So when he's out on the street, he's able to at least use that training to process and make good decisions. So Fortress Secured has brought together the simulation training and the live fire training. We've put all that technology into one package for you and your training purposes. What we'd like you to do is reach out to fortresssecured.com and talk with Matt Everett or myself. Call us, numbers are on the site.